guys, welcome back to my channel and to a brand new video. Today we're going to be filming my June TBR. Oh my god, I can't even keep track of the months anymore. We're going to be doing the same that I did last month, where I choose my TBR via cards. These are the Hey Book Lovers TBR cards. I'll link them down below. But I'm going to randomly select 8 cards, I think. Okay, so pick number 1. Choose a book which alternates narrators or timelines. Okay. That's going to be hard to bloomin' know by looking at synopses, but I'm going to go and have a look. By the way, for reference, this is my TBR bookcase and this one shelf. So I've got to pick from here or there. Okay, so pick number 1 is going to be Gleam by Raven Kennedy. This is the 3rd book in the Plated Prisoners series. We did pick the 2nd book last month and I read it and loved it, so I'm really excited to move on to the series, even though for some reason they suddenly have just grown and almost tripled in size. What is going on? But this has multiple narrators in it. We not only follow our main character Oren, we also follow King Midas's perspective in this one, and I think the Queen's as well. We followed the Queen's perspective in the other books. So yes, Queen Melina. So there's multiple narrators in this book. So it counts. I'm really excited to carry on this series. It's been really good so far. It is a romantasy series, but I'll be honest, there's no romance in it so far. And I'm at book 3, so I wouldn't consider this a romance series, but that's what it's called. But I would just say this is a fantasy with potential romance in the future. Book 2, nothing really happened, but I still had a really good time. So I'm thinking that this one, considering the size, will probably have a lot more to it for me to enjoy, and I literally cannot wait. Okay, let's do pick number 2. Choose a book which has a season in the title. I feel like these are a lot harder than last month's. Thank goodness I just bought this series because there was no other options on my TBR. But I picked up The Summer We Fell by Elizabeth O'Rourke. Summer. So it matches this prompt. I have absolutely no idea what this is about. It's just I bought the whole trilogy. This one says, dangerous, intoxicating, forbidden. Everything changed the moment I met him. He was my boyfriend's best friend and the bane of my existence. So enemies to lovers, forbidden boyfriend's best friend. He was my boyfriend's best friend? Wait, what? Please tell me that they were not boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. This is very bad. Okay, as long as they were not together in this book. Okay. Don't know where that's gonna go. I'll let you know in my wrap up, but I will be reading this one in June. Okay, pick 3. That's a long one. Choose a book which had... Oh, we had this last month. Choose a book which is the 4th one in from the left side of your bookshelf. Okay, this actually worked out really well because every single 4th one from the left, bar 2, were sequels to books I hadn't read yet. So I couldn't pick any of those. So it actually really helped me narrow down my decision. But I did end up going for A Golden Fury by Samantha Cohoe. I bought this at the end of last year on my trip to London for Yalk. And I still have not read it, but I was so excited to do so. I think it is YA, but it sounds super interesting. I picked it up in Forbidden Planet and I literally cannot wait. So this is historical fiction romance with a bit of fantasy, I think, thrown in. I really don't know, but it sounded really interesting at the time. Something to do with the Philosopher's Stone and witchcraft. It's set in Normandy in the 1700s, so this will be a really interesting one for me because I never read historical fiction. So far, we have a real mix of genres here, which is really exciting. Pick number 4. Choose a book which is body positive. I love that. Okay, so initially for this one, I was looking at my books on my TBR with plus size main characters because I absolutely love reading plus size rep. I'm a plus size girly. I love the representation. But I've actually kind of taken this prompt a little differently. And I've gone for The Nanny by Lana Ferguson, where the main character is actually an OnlyFans star, but also a nanny. Apparently it's really good at being like pro OnlyFans and sex work. So that's really interesting. And I feel like that's very body positive. So yeah, This was a bit of a different take on what I was initially going to go for, but I have so many body positive books in my life already that it's nice to kind of branch out of my zone with this one. And I'm really excited for it. Like, everybody's kind of been saying really good things about this one, so cannot wait. Again, now we are halfway, so pick number 5. Choose a book which has a couple on the cover. For this prompt, I have gone for Mixed Feelings by B.K. Borison. This is the 3rd book and the final book that I own currently on the Love Light Farm series, but I did just buy the whole set from Afterlight, so I really want to read these paperbacks so I can unhaul them ready for my exciting new beautiful set of all 4. So it'd be really good to read this now, get it over and done with, get it unhauled. And also, I've been really enjoying the series so far. I think they've been consistently 3.5, which isn't perfect, but they have been a guaranteed good time, which is really nice. I like the way the author writes. I like the vibes. I like the season changes. I've really found that small town companion series novels have been working so well for me in the romance genre at the moment. I'm literally obsessed with them all. So I'm really intrigued to read the next installment in this one before I finally get my hands on my beautiful set and the final book. Okay, let's go on to pick number 6. We are flying through this TBR. Choose a book featuring LGBTQIA+ characters. Okay. For this one, I'm going to read A Botanical Daughter by Noah Medlock. This is a horror featuring 2 gay men living in Victorian London who are obviously very unaccepted by society and therefore keep themselves hidden within this greenhouse that they have created a botanical garden in. And it's a spore horror, so I have been really intrigued to pick this one up. I've heard mixed things, but this beautiful cover keeps me intrigued, so I don't mind. But obviously this has 2 gay characters in it, therefore it is LGBTQIA+ appropriate. Pick number 7, truly flying through today. Choose a book which has a yellow cover. So for this prompt, I am picking Butter by Asaka Yuzuki. I have heard very, very mixed things about this one, venturing more into the negative side of opinions, but I did pick it up anyway just the other day. It is yellow. This is a translated fiction about a man who's a chef? I don't know. It says on the back there are 2 things I simply cannot tolerate: feminists and margarine. And I don't know, I'm really intrigued as to what the hell is going on in this. It says, a tale of loneliness and desires, a delectable meditation on appetite, fat phobia and misogyny. Inspired by a true story, food, gender and violence are explored. It sounds so interesting based on some of the things people have said about it on this back. It sounds like it's going to be exactly my cup of tea. Now, a lot of the criticisms that I have seen personally have been that there is way too many descriptions of food up in here. So I'll be sure to keep snacks on hand. I don't mind things like that. That was obviously the critique for a lot of people in Kingdom of the Wicked. I loved it. I tabbed all the things that were like mentioning food. The descriptions of food were so beautiful. So I'm kind of hoping it's going to be the same in here. But, sorry, feminism, fat phobia, I'm all here for it. Like, that is just the perfect book if it's going to discuss those topics. I literally cannot wait. And the final pick for today's TBR. Choose a book which has a person's name in the title. I'm literally so excited for this next book. And that is Eileen by Otessa Moshfegh. I recently read A Year of Rest and Relaxation by this author, and whilst I understand that is not going to be a lot of people's cup of tea, it was mine. So I'm literally so excited about this one. I recently heard that they actually did a movie adaptation with Anne Hathaway, and like, what do you mean? Why have I heard nothing about it? So I'm really intrigued. It's a psychological thriller. Otessa Moshfegh is going to dive into some dark and gritty topics and substances, and I cannot wait for that. Like, I just need that in my life. So yeah, really intrigued by this one. I believe it's about a woman who works somewhere and is really bored with life, and then another woman called Rebecca joins the workplace, and it all goes from there. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea of anything else, but I am super intrigued and super excited. Really, really glad we managed to fit this one on the TBR. So these are the 8 books I plan on reading in June. We have 3 romances, 1 translated literary, 1 historical, 1 fantasy, and 1 horror. Oh, and 1 psychological thriller. So I'm really, really excited about this stack. Like, I feel like this is going to be so varied, and I'm Really happy to have a couple of romances in there to lighten the load. But yeah, these are all the books I plan on reading in the next month. I'm really excited. I have other books I plan on reading, but these are the books that the cards chose for me. If you want to see how many of these I actually ended up reading, subscribe and you'll see my wrap up at the end of the month. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know down below one of the books on your TBR this month that you're most excited for. And yeah, I shall speak to you down there. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.